we'll start the session now. So what are we going to talk about this afternoon? I'll do a brief welcome and introduce who I am and who some of the key contacts within our business are in terms of getting help with our web shop. We'll launch into a live demonstration of what our Tesselaar Flowers web shop looks like, and we'll finish or conclude today's session with a Q&A session. Now, inside your Teams window at the top, you should see there's a Q&A button or a tab. And at any point throughout the session this afternoon, you can press that button and type in any questions that you have. And at the end of the demonstration today, we'll go through each of those questions and make sure we've answered those for you. So welcome again, and thank you for your interest in the web shop. I'm going to be presenting today. My name's Craig Molt, and I'm the IT manager here at Tesselaar Flowers. And there are a couple of key contacts that I've listed below that are the web shop experts for each of the branches. And so I'll just touch a little bit on those names and then move on. So in Perth, we've got Sebastian. Melbourne or Monbulk, we've got Kirsty, and across in Brisbane, we have Lee Walker. Now, after the session today, we'll be sending out an information pack or a welcome pack to the web shop, and we'll have the contact details for those people inside that pack, along with the general sales inquiry, email addresses and phone numbers of the account managers. But these are your key contacts if you have any questions relating to using the web shop in the future. So let's just dive straight into it and have a look at the web shop. So the web shop URL, which you'll see at the top of my window here, is tesselaarflowers.shop/florashop. Again, when we send out the welcome packages, the URL will be in there. So you'll be able to get it from there. I think it is on our social media as well, and there is a link available from our website too. So when you first arrive at the web shop, you'll be presented with a contact page where you're able to send us an inquiry. This inquiry will go direct to one of the branches, and so through this inquiry, you can pop your contact details in, select which branch you'd like to send an inquiry to, and press send, and one of our team will get hold of that message and get back in touch as soon as they can. There is also a register button at the top. If you are wanting to get access into the web shop, you don't know your current login details, or if you're a brand new customer, you're interested in doing business with us, then the registration page acts as the kind of first point of contact with us to get you logged in. In here, that we've tried to keep the form as basic as possible. So you'll see there's a company name, the ABN, a couple of contact details, along with your address, a general box to enter just a sort of one-liner about your business and your requirements, and that'll start the process with us. So at the point that you've got your username and password, it's a case of going back to this homepage and entering those details. So I'll be logging in today with a test customer and pressing login. At the point that you've logged in, you'll be taken to this page, welcoming you back to the web shop. And at the top right-hand side of the page, it will show you who you're logged in as, and will provide you with an option to go into your account settings. If for some reason you've forgotten any of those details, so for example, if I forgot my password, I can click the I forgot my password button. I can enter my username in here and press send, and it will send me an email that will allow me to reset my password. If I've forgotten my username, then you'll need to reach out to one of those web shop contacts I had on the earlier slide, and that will have their details in the welcome pack, and they'll be able to just let you know what your account username is. So if we log in again, press the login button, we're back at the home page here. So there are a couple of areas that I'll draw your attention to. So the first is the very first time that you log into the web shop, you'll be presented with the web shop terms and conditions page, and it won't actually let you click on any of the other buttons until you've gone through these terms and selected the I agree to the terms and conditions button. If you do have any questions on the terms, please do reach out to either those web shop contacts or your account manager, and we can discuss any issues that you may have. Once you're satisfied and you're agreeing to those terms, then we'll press the I agree to the terms button, which will then allow you to navigate to the other areas of the web shop. Similarly, when you're first set up in the web shop, you might want to change your password from the default one that we've set it to. To do that, you can just click the new password button again in that new in the your account section at the top, and it'll simply ask you just to type a new password twice. At the point that you do that, that new password is immediately live. Okay, so we're logged in, we've got our password set, and we've agreed to the terms and conditions. And so now it's a case of having a look at what's available to purchase. To do that, you want to click on the Shop Now button, and under there, you'll have the name of a stock that is relevant to your location. So if you're used to dealing with our Brisbane branch, this will say Brisbane stock. For Perth, that'll say Perth stock, and Melbourne, it probably says Mumbolk stock. For my test system, I'm going to demonstrate using the test stock. And before I click on that, just a little disclaimer. The prices that are in there have been set by me, the IT manager, who has no knowledge of the industry pricing. And so if something looks too good to be true, it probably is and doesn't reflect the pricing that's actually on our website. And similarly, it could be the other way around. I could have put pricing in there that's ridiculously high. Again, it is not reflective of our genuine pricing. So I'm going to click on the test stock button. And the view that is first shown to me is this middle view of these three buttons on the right-hand side. And it has a sort of medium-sized image with some of the core details about the product. On the left-hand side, I'm going to have my filter options through the product groups. So we've classified the products into the groups listed on the left-hand side for ease of trying to find product quickly. If I want to start an order and start putting some of this product into my shopping cart, the very first thing I have to do is select a delivery date or a pickup time frame. So it's on the left-hand side here, and it's probably the option that's missed the most by most of our customers first using the web shop. So if, as an example, if I decided I wanted to put some of the Alstro local cream into my shopping cart, if I try to just put a 1 in here straight away, it's going to tell me you can't do it because you haven't selected a delivery date. And that's what I'm referring to up here. So the very first thing we have to do before we can click on any product is use this little drop down here to display the valid options relevant to the day and time that I'm making my order. So these cutoff times will be relevant to you as a customer. So it could be, depending on the cutoffs for the courier that services your route, that these don't look exactly as I'm showing you on the screen just now, but typically we'll have a cutoff, I think it's up to 11 a.m. the day before to get next day delivery, and similarly up till 11 a.m. to allow for pickup on opening next day. Otherwise, it'll be pickup from mid-morning to allow our teams in the morning to pick and pack your order ready for pickup. The only thing you really need to know about this is whilst you're selecting an option, only the valid options are visible to you. So if I looked on this tomorrow, then I would start to see some Friday options on here rather than the sort of Wednesday, Thursday options. So for this case, I'm going to click Delivery Thursday, and it's going to show which option I've selected in the top left there. So it's now time to start adding the product into the order for delivery on Thursday. So like I showed before, on this default view in the middle, I can use these kind of plus and negatives to put product into my shopping cart. Now, I'll draw your attention to where it says the word stock. The number beside there is a live representation of the stock in our tool room or market floor. So this gives you an indication of how many of each of those we have in real time. So if I add one by pressing that up button, you'll see that the stock count immediately reduces to 4. So we have reserved that product for you. It's no longer available to others. You'll also see that there's a 1 up in the top right-hand corner indicating we've added a new product to the shopping cart. I can continue to increase that number. And again, you'll see that the stock count updates in real time. I can scroll through this page to continue adding product in this way. I can select any of the product groups on the left-hand side if I wanted to narrow down the available product on the right-hand side, or click on all groups again to remove that filter. If I want to have a look at the products in a slightly different view, I can click on this view to the left of the one I'm currently on into a grid view, and it will put just a slightly smaller image of the product. But in this view, there is no plus or negative slider. You have to actually click on the product, which shows you a couple of different images of it. And you can then use the plus and negatives to put the number in, or you can type a number in there. Once you put that number in there, so if I said I wanted, I've got 10 of these in stock, so I'll put 4 in my cart. I press the add to cart button and it brings me back to this screen here. The last of the views that is available is the grid view without image. Now, this offers a really quick way of putting product into the shopping cart. So rather than scrolling through all the large images, you can scroll through the text and you can start to put some quantities straight into your shopping cart just by entering the number onto the screen alongside the product that you're interested in. So at the point I'm doing this, again, you'll see that the shopping cart indicates how many different product lines I've added. And if at any time I want to have a look at my shopping cart, I can click the shopping cart button at the top right. That's then going to show me my listings of product in here. If I want to, after I've clicked on the shopping cart, go back to the main window and add additional product to the cart, I can either click the add to cart button to go back to continue adding, the one at the bottom here, the one on the left-hand side here, or I can simply browse back to that stock screen and continue adding the quantities alongside the products here. It is possible to put some notes alongside product. So as an example, if I had any product in here that perhaps comes in as an assorted range, but you had some preference on color, you do have the option to write a note alongside the product to indicate what your preference is. So if I go to the, say, pastel mix product, I say I maybe want 3 of those, but the note is going to be that my preference is for light pink, just as an example there. And that just means that if we go back into the cart here, alongside that product, there's a little I, which indicates that you've added a note. And if you click on the I, it'll show you what note you've added in there. One thing worth noting with our online web shop is that because the system is a live stock count and a live reservation system, we have to have a timeout that puts the product back into the stock if you decide not to go ahead with the order. What that means is that after a period of inactivity, then the product will be released back out of your cart, back into our web shop, and increase those stock counts again. Because it is a perishable product, we can't just leave it in there indefinitely. So the inactivity period is 15 minutes. And what that means is not that it takes more than 15 minutes to build your order, but that you haven't clicked on any button on the website within a 15-minute period. So that is something to be aware of. And we do suggest that people, when they're filling out their order, do it at a time they're not going to be distracted and the 15-minute time passes, because then you will have to go back and add the product back in. So at the point that you've concluded your order, you've added everything in that you'd like to add. If we go back to the cart, this is where we finalize the order, and we do have an option here to write a note that's relevant to the entire order. So that can be things like, deliver on water in Preconas. It could be, any note that's relevant to the entire order. It could be a preference around, delivery timeframes, if that's something relevant to your options. But anything that's relevant to your entire order that you want to let our team know, then you can put it in this top notes section here. At the point that you're happy with your order, you can go and press the confirm order button. At that point, it's going to ask if you're done with your shopping, and I'm going to select yes. At this point, it's going to thank you for your visit and let you know that you will receive a confirmation email confirming that the product in here is what you've ordered and that we've received that order and will begin to pick it ready for you. Unlike some other online shopping experiences, when you press OK at this point, it does actually log you out and take you back to the home screen. That's nothing to be concerned about. It doesn't mean it went wrong. That's by design. It logs you out and kind of finishes that order. If you want to log back in to make another order for another delivery or pickup option, or you want to log in to go back into your account settings and have a look, then again, I'm just going to log back in and press the login button. And at this point, you'll see there are no items in the cart. That order has been finalized. And if I go into my account at the top and click your account, or I can use the hyperlink that's in the middle of the page, I can click your account. And at this point, there are a couple of options I'll draw your attention to. So if we go to current orders on the left-hand side, that's going to contain all of the orders that we've not yet finalized. So orders that we're currently picking ready for you. So in here, you'll see I've got a couple of orders in here that I've done on previous webinar sessions. The one that we did today was the Delivery Thursday option. And so you can see those products that I added in are listed in here under current orders, just meaning we are in the process of picking that order, getting it ready for dispatch to you for your Delivery Thursday. If we go further up, we have the invoices section on the left-hand side. If I click on that, that's going to give me visibility of all my invoices over the last 12 months. Now, it's worth noting that the invoices that exist inside here under your account settings and under invoices, these are not just web shop orders. So if you've been into our markets and gone through the cash and carry process, if you've bought through email, or if you've bought through one of our sales reps calling you and finalizing an order that way, this will contain all of those orders and all of those invoices for the last 12 months. And if you'd like to see any of those invoices, then the download button on the right-hand side, which is this little arrow with the underline, you can click on that and it'll download the invoice immediately. If I click to open that invoice, then you'll get visibility here of that invoice with the product on it. And this should look exactly the same as if you were handed an invoice either in cash and carry, or if you were emailed an invoice through our sales team. The last of the options inside the Your account is pending payments. So we do have the option once we finalize the invoice, and what we mean by finalize is once you've placed your order, we'll go and add the delivery charge to it. We'll finalize the invoice and then publish it to the web shop. At the point we publish it, you get a copy by email, and you also have then the ability to come into the web shop, into your account, and you can make a payment. So in here, I've got a list of all of the invoices where I'm due a payment. It'll show if any amount has been paid against that and what the balance therefore left over is. I have the ability to go through and tick the invoices I want to pay, and it will total whatever ones I've ticked to give me what the total balance payable is. If I tick them all, I can then go and press the pay button. And at this point, it will redirect us into our payment gateway. You'll be able to put in customer details, card details, and click pay now. At the point that payment clears our end, these invoices will be removed from the pending payment section, although they'll still be visible for you to download at your own convenience in the invoices section. The last kind of option in here, I did say the invoices was the last I would talk about, but you will see there is a pre-orders button in here. At the moment, our web shop is focused on allowing you to purchase from our live stock in the cool room and on the market floor. We will be going live in the future with pre-order capability, so you'll be able to place orders, for several weeks in advance for events, for standing or recurring orders. But for the moment, there's nothing in there. That section is just blank. But it is something that we'll get in touch with everyone about once it's ready to go. Okay, so that covered the basics around placing an order. There are some questions that we get around making changes. So as an example, if I go into the stock screen, and this time I'll do a pickup on Thursday instead, so it's a new order. I'm going to go through here and I'll add some product to my shopping cart. And let's imagine you've gone through, you've placed everything in the cart that you'd want to add to your order. You go to the shopping cart to finalize and you realize, oh, I didn't mean to add any blushing bride. So up until the point that you press confirm order, you can either press the pencil button if you'd like to change the quantity, or if you want to remove something entirely, like I do in this instance, I'm going to press the trash can icon. It's going to ask, do you want to remove those? I'm going to say yes, I'm going to remove. It will put a line through it, and I can then go back to add to cart and continue with my order. If at any time after that I go back into my cart, you'll see that it has removed that product entirely from the cart here. What happens then if I confirm an order with a mistake in it? So let's imagine I don't want the Crizzy Spray Import Reds, but I have pressed confirm order. I have said I'm done with shopping, and then I realize I don't want those. At that point, it isn't possible through the web shop to go in and request that change. And there are a couple of reasons for that. So because our web shop operates on live stock and live reservations, there's a chance that the product, by the time you realize you've made a mistake, has already been picked by our teams and has been put aside and reserved for you. And so what we ask there is that you contact your account manager or those web shop contacts that again will be coming out on those welcome packs. Explain that you've made a mistake, and our team will deal with making sure the product goes back into the cool room and available for other customers. So it's not that it's not possible, but as soon as you notice, please do get in touch with our account managers, and we'll be able to assist you from that side on. Okay, that actually covers the basics of the web shop. There is some tools around searching that I can show as well. So We showed under the Shop Now option, whilst we're navigating through stock, the ability to find product through the filters on the left-hand side. One of the other options you can use is the search tool at the top right here. And these searches allow you to search across all groups or across a particular group in the top left. And in here, you can type partial words relating to a product. So for example, if I type rose, then inside here, I'm going to see all of the products that have the word rose in them. And to add them into my order, I can either click directly on those products in there, or I can click on the groups and it will take me to that product group inside here. And it's just another way of looking at those or adding product to that same order. Okay. So onto a Q&A